What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Theory Time with Pleeka. I'm Jerome.
And I'm Nick.
It's the best damn theory podcast about Westworld. It's kind of the last one that we're doing for a while until we figure out, unless more theories come out about Westworld or we do other things about other things. But for the moment, this is the season finale of Theory Time with Pleeka.
And this is where I'm going to jump in and tell you my off-the-wall crazy theory.
So I want to start off the show reading some comments that we got on our last Random Ramblings and Theory Time with Pleeka as well.
Okay.
This is from Zunon How? I don't know how to say your name. But it was William was severely injured. It was clear from the beach scene with Stubbs. He actually called him Scubs, but I know he means Stubbs. That he was in a coma. My guess is that the fidelity test was all his dream because he felt guilty for Emily's death and he questions his reality. So he thinks that
That's a dream.
that the man in black wasn't really having a fidelity test, that it was all just a dream. I don't think that, especially because you told me that you read an interview and that Lisa Joy and Jonathan Nolan said that that was in the future. Did they say how far in the future?
No.
They just said it was in the future?
Yeah.
So I don't think he's in a coma dreaming in the future.
But they also
But it also could be vague, and it could be that he was dreaming in the future.
well, that's what I was gonna say. Is they've said that like they don't know what they're doing yet next season. Like it'll be fun to write.
I think they know where their show is gonna end, but I don't think they know the journey there yet.
Right. So I mean, it very well could be a dream.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if they did something like that, because they haven't really done something like that in the show yet, where it's like that. Someone commented this, because remember we asked, well, what are they going to do for jobs? Like, what are they, like, and I never even thought about it, but this guy made a good point. Charlotte Hale / Dolores, which I've seen people calling her Haloris, is gonna get a job at Delos and just continue pretending to be Charlotte Hale to further go her plan. And once I read that, I was like, oh, duh, yeah, that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Never occurred to me. So I'm glad that guy commented that, because I haven't seen that anywhere either.
On the recapables, they're calling her Char Lawrence.
Oh, really?
Just does not roll off the tongue at all.
Yeah, not at all. By the way, that was from T-Bone Beats that commented that. This is from Jeffrey Walker, which he's been commenting a lot on our podcast, which we really appreciate.
So watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah, we're doing everybody that likes this podcast and Random Ramblings. We already filmed the first episode of Game of Thrones. We watched the first 2 episodes of it. We filmed it last night. We went way overboard. It was an hour long. The camera cut off, so we're gonna try to make it a little shorter. Next time, it's gonna be about an hour, but we went over that. But it's already filmed. It'll come out Monday morning. So if you enjoy us and Hess and our conversations and like Game of Thrones, you should enjoy that podcast. It'll be out hopefully every Monday.
Yeah, we went a little over, but we were
but
we were
it's
excited
also
because of the first one.
The very first one, yeah.
Yeah.
But he says that the man in black in the end is the future where hosts have been successful and are now testing humans. Which goes with it, and he commented this before you read the news. This was the night our podcast went out. He commented that.
Okay, wait. Say that again.
Because it's like in the middle of his comment, but the man in black in the end is in the future where hosts have been successful. Like this is so in his scenario, this is after Dolores already won and everything, and now they're testing humans. Which like the host human thing is what I believe he means. Which I could kind of see that.
Yeah, I mean that's
what I found interesting. Because I told you we just got back from the gym. I was rewatching this at the gym, like the last 30 minutes, and you know how they had all those pile of bodies?
Yeah.
They deliberately had a pile of host bodies and a pile of human bodies.
Oh, really?
And Emily's body was with the human bodies.
Oh.
Which I didn't even catch her when we watched it the first time.
Wow.
And she's at the end testing him. So either that definitely was a host of hers, and like it didn't have C4, and they just assume I was being Black Daughter over there.
Right.
Because then they do say that girl says there's a VIP member over here that's her or whatever, and Stubbs like, I'll get to her in a minute.
Right.
Or him in a minute. But I didn't catch her the first time that they showed her body there.
Yeah, I didn't see that. This was the only episode I didn't watch twice, and it's probably the one I should have watched twice.
Yeah, but watching it again, I watched it right where they do the reveal of Charlotte Hill and Dolores.
Oh, see,
that's still a great reveal. Even the second time watching, you're like, oh, this is so cool.
You know what pisses me off?
Especially when all of a sudden she turns into John Wick, is like, poof, 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 killing everybody, and then Carl Strand's like, what the fuck? Like, I think his character was one of the biggest twists. Not even nothing with him, because I feel like I always expected him to be a big character. Like I thought he'd be in the rest of the series, and then it was like didn't even matter.
None of those fuckers matter.
Yeah, which I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm irritated that we figured out that there was a host body of Charlotte Hale, but we couldn't figure out that someone was in it. Like, other than Charlotte. Like, when we saw it, we were so excited that we found that scene and that there was a host.
And it never even occurred to us that it could be someone else. We were just like, oh, Charlotte Hill might be a host, or they have a copy of her body.
Yeah, like it didn't. I was so.
Although, to be fair, I do have a list of stuff that we were right about. And very first podcast we did, episode 1 of season 2, we said hosts would swap bodies this season.
Yeah, but didn't we think it was Teddy and Bernard or some shit?
We said other people, but we knew that. We got to give ourselves credit for that at least. We got a lot of shit wrong, and way more wrong than we did right, but, give credit where credit's due. But yeah, Jeffrey Walker, I liked your comment, and I think it is possible that that's what's going on with the Man in Black in the future.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, or the Dream thing. I could see either one. And they got the freedom and the time.
Definitely the time.
To figure it out. And make
but
it
I also,
right.
at the same time, as annoying it is, them taking the time to do that, I'd rather them take time and have it be great than just be like, oh, well, we have to get it out now because people like the show. But I totally see what they're doing, too. Like, that's why they have the new app game. They have the Alexa game. All this shit. Like, they're putting out extra. But, like, it wouldn't surprise me if they do, like, a comic or a book of Westworld.
A little Telltale adventure.
Oh, a Telltale game of Westworld would be fucking great.
I knew that would get you a boner.
But, like, I feel like they're going to do more little things like that to kind of keep people's interest. Because, like, from season 1 to 2, there was nothing. Nothing at all.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's their kind of
This is probably going to irritate you.
Oh, yeah, probably.
But, so, remember we watched season 1, we got to the end, and I was like, yeah, that was cool by itself. It doesn't even need to be a season
now you're
2.
going to say there doesn't need to be a season 3?
Like, I'm okay with it.
See, but I don't care about that because I know we're going to watch season 3 and you'll be like, oh, no. I think like you're going to get right back into it. Just exactly like I said you would for 2, you do the same thing for 3, so I don't care.
Like, maybe, but, like, because I have no idea where it's going to go, I mean, sure,
I feel like I feel like it's kind of self-explanatory where it's going to go a little bit, but then again, that's what I thought about season 2, and it was a little different than what I expected.
Yeah, no, but I'm okay with, like the wait. I was like, well, that's stupid, but whatever. There's plenty of other shows I'll watch.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, well, I think now at this point, it'll be coming out around the same time as their Watchmen show. Which seems like that's gonna,
I'm sure
gonna come out for forever.
I'm sure I'm gonna watch that, but like,
yeah,
I'm not excited for that either.
You know what I think will be interesting, which we'll have plenty of time, is when that Halo show that just got announced today comes out. Do a podcast on that. That'd be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Do you think in the Halo show they're gonna go like how they do in Halo missions? They get to the end of the episode and then just walk back to the beginning.
It's all backwards. Yeah, maybe.
So this comment is by William Bradford. He said, this is specifically just for you, by the way. You mentioned in the last 30 time of Pleeka, thank God we haven't seen Bernard naked. He commented saying, we saw Bernard naked when he was brought online.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
But I thought that was pretty funny that someone actually is like, no, we have seen him naked, Nick. So you erased Bernard's dick out of your head. You were like him with Ford, except it was Bernard's dick.
Did we really see his dick?
I don't remember. I already decided I want to rewatch the series of it all together, like watch it all together as one. So I'll tell you if I see Bernard's dick. I'll let you know.
When are you gonna do that? Like not now.
Well, I'm gonna be watching your mother's house, so I've got time. I don't know. So at some point I will.
I remember, like, I read that comment, and I was like, motherfucker, really? And then I remember...
It probably happened in episode 9 when you missed everything else.
Yeah, because I watched everything, skipped 9 because we were out of time, because fucking 10's an hour and a half, and I go, I'm not going to have time, I'm skipping 9, and then all this shit happened in 9.
There was at least 4
Never
times
9.
Season 2 where something happened, we're like, when did that... Oh, episode 9.
Yeah, like, fuck that. Like, I'm not ever skipping 9 again, no matter what. I don't care for the 24-episode series.
So the point of the podcast today is we want to talk about what we think is going to happen in Season 3, but I also thought it'd be fun to talk about what theories we got wrong, we got right. I may have missed some. I kind of just skimmed through a couple of our podcasts and did it, but I'll be reading our lists here. So the first thing that I wrote down that we got wrong, which was, I think, our longest-running theory, was the Bernard loop theory / multiple Bernards.
They even teased that in the preview.
Yeah, totally. And nothing of that happened. I liked the reveal of why Bernard was acting weird. Instead of it being a loop, it was that he erased his own memory so then they wouldn't find out.
Very Memento.
But I was really, really, really hoping he was gonna be a loop. But it wouldn't have made sense.
It wouldn't have made sense.
Once he made the Dolores Hale thing and all that, it wouldn't have made sense at all.
That's another thing that pisses me off about the Charlotte Hale thing is that we knew she was acting weird, and then we saw her act surprised. Well, we at least should have thought that Charlotte was around and not the new Charlotte. Like especially with timelines and shit, I'm very disappointed in ourselves.
What's really weird to think about, too, And so, like, in that interrogation scene where she was, like, waterboarding him and all that shit,
Mm.
that was all Dolores.
Yeah.
That's so weird, like, when you rewatch it and think about.
Yeah, I would like to rewatch it and
Like, know all that. It would be
Yeah.
interesting. See if it makes more sense. I saw his interview with Jimmy Simpson, and he said that, like, what he loves about this season is, like, he's like, all the information is let in front of you every episode, but you don't even understand it until you get to the end, and then you rewatch it, and you're like, I am so stupid.
right. Well, then that'd be fun, but I'm not doing that until like fucking next year.
You give yourself and give yourself some time too, and then you might
Yeah.
enjoy it a little better too.
Yeah.
Another thing that we were wrong on is it wasn't really mine and your theory. This is more Hess. In fact, it was all Hess and the commenter on our podcast is that Elsie was in charge of Ghost Nation. Their theory was that Elsie was alive, if that was true, but also that she was running Ghost Nation through her iPad and all that. Did not happen.
No.
Maybe next season when they bring her back for some reason. Charlotte Hale is Charlie. I'm glad that theory did not happen.
Yeah, I was praying.
That wasn't ours. We read that off Reddit, but we did mention on the podcast, so that didn't happen. Dolores being pregnant also didn't happen.
You know, the podcast I listened to, they gave themselves credit almost for Charlotte Hale and Charlie because she was Dolores. They just got the person wrong.
No,
That's
they just don't want to say they were wrong.
Well, that was kind of like you saying that the host switched bodies. You got to give them, you know.
Well, at least that's more likely than that's like saying, "Oh, we made a host of the Man in Black." Oh, but no, his daughter was a host, so we just kind of got like.
yeah,
that's not even close.
No, it was. They were kind of being cheeky about it, but like
Mhm.
it was like I was like, no, you're fucking wrong.
Emily/Grace is a host. I put that we were wrong about this, but you could also put it in the right because we don't know if she was a host or not, you know. And also, I don't technically call the human host thing a host, so
Right,
I
see what you're
don't
saying.
think she was a host.
The James Delos character.
Yeah, that thing wasn't a host. That was I don't even know what to call it. Human host hybrid, whatever. But it was he wasn't manufactured only to be that. He was a human at one point and still has all his memories and shit.
They are hosts, but I know what you're saying. They
Yeah.
have memories of humans. or
I'm hoping in
consciousness of
season 3 they
humans.
give them a name other than host to make it because they are different.
Host 2.0.
Maybe yeah. Teddy is Arnold. But we're wrong about that.
Yeah, where did
I
that
don't
come
even.
from?
I was just gonna say, I don't know if we came up with that
We did not come
or
up
if
with
we read that on Reddit or
we
what,
read it.
But I have
It was someone else's theory,
I
and
have
we went
no
with
idea why. Like,
it. Yeah, I don't
makes
get
no
it
sense
either.
to me. Carl Strand's host army. I'm guilty for that one.
Yeah.
I was that podcast. Like rewatching it now, I'm so defeated watching it because I was like, yeah, no, it's gotta be because like he's in the armor and they're not in the armor. They're in normal clothes. All
it
that
made
shit.
to be fair, it
I
made
sold
sense.
you on it.
Yeah, but it also just made sense that they put their
And
clothes
then watching
on.
the episodes, I see Angela in fucking military clothes, and I was like, oh fuck.
So they just put their clothes
Yeah,
on to hide.
they just switch clothes, and then
Yeah.
he switches back and kills himself. Like what the fuck?
It reminds me a lot about season 3 of Flash when you thought Ronnie was Savitar.
I sold you on that too.
You fucking sold me, and we fucking were like,
Did a
okay,
whole
let's
video
go
on
talk
it.
about it.
Video
We
got a
didn't-
bunch of views, and then luckily the next video, no one called me out for it.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised about.
I was happy about that.
Oh,
I was worried
We
that
did get
all
called
the
stupid a couple times in those videos.
I get called stupid all the time, so that doesn't really affect me on
yeah, it doesn't
YouTube
bother me
comments.
either. Yeah.
The last thing that we got wrong is that Logan is still alive.
Well, technically,
I guess he is
No,
because
he's-
Dolores remembered him, and you're alive as long as the last person that remembers you. All that
you know
bullshit.
that's poetic, but
Not real.
yeah, I mean, I remember George Washington. He's not alive.
I remember Edgar Allan Poe. He's fucking dead.
Do you remember?
Remember what? Do I remember what?
I totally forgot his name. You're lucky.
Oh, that one writer, dude. No,
Yeah.
go fuck yourself. There was a writer, very famous. Can't remember his name.
Yeah, no,
Everybody in the world knows him. And I saw him on my mom's Kindle, like a picture of him, and it said his name, and I was like, who the fuck is that? And I've literally been made fun of every year since then, and I was like 12 years old when that fucking happened.
yeah, and because you said Edgar Allan Poe, I can't think of
Threw you
anyone.
off?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll look it up.
I don't know
I'll
why.
put it on the screen. I'll know it by the time we're editing. So yeah, that's all the theories that we got wrong. There's probably plenty more, but that's all of them that I wrote down. So this is the ones that we got right. Man in Black is a host. Technically, I'm giving Pleeka credit for that. That was all Hess. So
I was
Hess, if you're
gonna
watching this,
say,
100% Hess on that. Me and you didn't believe that at all.
but if
He's part of Pleeka, and Pleeka got that right.
so we argued about it for 10 episodes, saying that it's not that he's wrong.
yeah,
And then he's kind of right at the end because I'm not giving him 100%.
yeah.
And then now you're taking credit for that.
And like I said, like 5 minutes ago, I don't consider him a host, but I don't know what to name it, and that's kind of what people are saying. So,
It seems like the people who created the show are saying that was after the fact.
Yeah,
and
which I kind of have a theory about that. That kind of goes into Jeffrey Walker's comment too.
But if that's after the fact, then the Men in Black wasn't a host the entire time we're watching.
Yeah, that's actually what I was gonna say. So I'll just bring it up right now before I forget. My theory is that he got so fucked up in that last battle with Dolores, we blew off his fingers. He's like hurt on the floor. Is that they made him a host copy, like all that shit right there, and started the fidelity test, and they made him hurt until he figures it out. Then they'll fix him later on. So just so he doesn't know, because if he also woke up and had fingers again, that'd be weird, you know? It'd throw him off. So, like, I think he was so hurt, then they made him a host body, like a James Delos thing, and they've been fidelity testing him ever since that moment where he on the beach. Since then, they've been fidelity testing him. And maybe even that, like, maybe he did really kill his daughter, and that's a fake one testing him. I don't know. But I think since that moment on the beach, that's when he became the host, whatever.
You know, I think if you kill your daughter, that you should make a host of you.
Well, I mean, he is the boss, kind of, you know.
Yeah,
but they made
not if he's dead, he's not the boss.
Yeah, but do you think that's likely?
I mean, that's a scenario.
Yeah, I thought about that when I was rewatching it. I saw him there, and I was like, and I knew that you said that scene happened in the future of him with his daughter, and I was like, maybe that's the moment where he got hurt and that happened. You know, they could also change their mind later on, and because just because they said that was the future in an interview, if season 3 they're writing and that doesn't make sense.
But the place where he went down in the elevator, it was different than when it was.
Well, yeah, we even saw Bernard went in there and he was gone.
So it's either in the future or the longest elevator ride in the history of mankind.
Yeah. Well, and it would also not make sense because Bernard there. I thought that was weird
too,
watching the episode is because, like, he went down and, like, we were waiting, Bernard was leaving at the same time, none of that, and they didn't see any trace of each other. Like, the whole scene was weird. Like, it did seem like different timelines, but we knew that he was really outside there before, which is why I thought they did fidelity test him there, and they knew, because they probably picked him up from that area. So to start the fidelity test, they probably dropped him off there every time.
That makes sense to me, yeah. I mean, because they did show him at the beach when Stubbs and Dolores / Hale were having their conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just what I thought about then. So host swap bodies, we got that right. Stubbs being a host. This is up in the air.
Who said he was a host?
I don't remember, but we did have a discussion about that. I think it might have been you or me because we were saying how he's weird and we think he might be a host, like defending Bernard and all that.
Well, I don't remember that. I remember thinking that he was going to do something cool at the end, and if becoming a host was cool,
him also knowing Dolores was or Charlotte Hill was Dolores and all that was pretty cool. That wasn't what I expected. It's very different, but I did like it.
That was very weird. It's like how does he know that kind of a thing? You know
and like he also says like Ford hired me a long time ago, so long ago I don't remember. So like it would definitely make sense if he was a host.
Yeah, and I mean he was,
and if Ford made him and hired him to be a security guard, he wouldn't put the thing in his spine, just like he doesn't have the C4 in Bernard's spine,
right?
And all that shit. So it would just make sense.
I mean, it was the entire conversation was a hint and a wink that he was a host.
The music even changes when he's like, you could say it's my core drives, and all of a sudden like it changes like in the thing, you know?
That was so lame. Like it was cool but lame, if you know what I'm saying. Like it was just like, there's never been anything that I don't know. I was glad he made it out
Me too. I really like his character.
They shit on him the entire episode or the entire season, and then he made it out, and I assume he's going to be their security guard there when they fix the park.
Yeah, I feel like that'll be confirmed if he's even in season 3, because I feel like season 3 is just going to the future.
Yeah,
he's going to definitely.
It's got to go in the future a little bit.
Definitely going to be a time jump. So if he looks exactly the same, like I'm assuming he's going to, it'll kind of show that because hosts don't age really. And Man in Black did grow facial hair season, so I think that goes into why he didn't become a host till after that. But you know,
still hanging on to that facial.
Still hanging on to that. Then Charlotte Hale being a host. Right about that since episode 3 of this season.
Yeah, you were.
I was right.
You were right.
I didn't have any context of why and how, and except for her vest missing.
I think you said because she found that hat in her treasure chest.
No, that's fast. I said because
that's right, because she took off her vest.
No, I just said that it was weird in the scenes. I don't remember even why I brought up the vest. It's been so long since I've seen that episode. I just knew her vest went missing all of a sudden, which is maybe that's because fucking Bernard had someone kill her and all that. But I felt like she was acting like all of a sudden a different character in the different timelines that they were showing her in, and it just felt weird to me. that's what's happening. That totally makes sense, knowing that she was Dolores in those scenes, because she seems so like there was an inside joke almost between her and Bernard the way they were talking, and we just didn't know, and that's what kind of threw me off.
Yeah.
And you and Hess wouldn't let me have it.
Well, at the same time, he was talking about fucking having what's her name do the Ghost Nation, and I just couldn't take both of them at the same time on episode 3.
Well, I mean, half of us were right about that. So now that we're done with all our theories in the comments, we'll start with you. What do you want or expect to happen in season 3 of Westworld?
Well, what I expect that Dolores, Charlotte Hale, which can we put in quotes?
Just call her Dolores.
No, I refuse, because it's not Dolores in her anymore.
That's true. I was wondering that. At the end, is it like, who did you put inside her? Because there was Hale walking and there's Dolores walking. So someone's inside. Like, is that the new Maeve? Like,
that would be funny.
Like, who's in her?
Well, I don't know. She had balls in her bag.
5, I believe.
Yeah. I mean, who knows?
I believe all 5 main characters.
They literally said it'll be fun writing it because, like, they're gonna figure it out.
They could at this point. I mean, they could have done anything in season 2, but at this point, literally, season 3 is almost like a reboot in a way.
Yeah, like literally,
could be completely new.
I mean, Dolores is gonna be there. Some form of Charlotte Hale is gonna be there. And
Bernard for sure, and the Man in Black, because we see him in a fidelity test. So we'll see. His story is definitely not over. So we'll see some form of him.
So I think like that will be half of it, and I think the other half will be them reopening Westworld.
Yeah, like Welcome Back to Jurassic Park.
Yeah. They'll have that little fucking place where they had the mosquitoes and everything.
This totally fits in here, and I saw this in a video. Do you care if I spoil part of the new Jurassic Park for you?
I guess not.
In Jurassic World, this spoilers for Jurassic World 2 Fallen Kingdom, whatever it's called. They using the technology they found to clone the dinosaurs. The big twist in the end, I guess, is that the little girl in it is a clone little girl, and they start cloning people in Jurassic World.
Wow!
So I was like, oh, the Jurassic World's turning into Westworld a little bit.
That's weird.
Isn't that? I thought that was very like that. That seems like they're turning the series into a complete different direction.
That literally makes me not want to see it.
Yeah, me too. When I heard that, I was like, that sounds terrible. I've heard it's one of the worst Jurassic Parks.
I was like thinking to myself, well, whatever. I'll see it when it comes out on DVD. And then you said that, and I was like, well, all right.
I'm sure Bima will buy it and we can watch it on her Amazon or whatever. She loves it. I mean,
I'd like to see Chris Pratt, but after that, and maybe a dinosaur kill somebody. Other than that, I could give a flying fuck.
But all right, so what I think, I kind of think the same thing as you do for Westworld Season 3 is I think it'll be maybe 5-10 year time jump. I think Dolores, Charlotte Hale, Dolores will still be working in Delos, doing her day-to-day job, and then she'll come home. Like maybe Dolores will be at Bernard's house or Arnold's house, whatever you want to call it, and they send her version of Hale into Delos, do their shit, come back, and like they're all planning. But I think she'll have the 5 other hosts, maybe even more, like her other people are already built, and we'll slowly get the reveal of who they all are in the beginning.
What's their point? To take down Delos?
I think slowly to take down, I don't know, maybe Delos, but they take over the world, I think, is they slowly implant themselves, I think, into positions of power, and then attack. I think Season 3 is all them implanting themselves in positions of power, and it'll end with like a big, like, holy shit, Dolores is the president, or, you know what I mean, something weird like that. Yeah. I don't necessarily think that's going to happen. That's crazy.
Yeah, we got that on tape.
And I think Season 4 will be their attack again. Just like Season 1 was them awakening, and then Season 2 was their attack. I think this is them planting themselves, and Season 4 is the attack. And then 5 will be the end of the whole series. That was kind of more than Season 3, but that's where I kind of see things going.
I don't see, like, I see what you're saying, but I don't...
You're not picking up what I'm putting down?
No. But, because if they reopen the park... And that's half the thing. Like, there's got to be something to connect them back with Dolores and Bernard, or why are we watching both? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know that part because they could literally do anything with opening the park.
Oh no, absolutely.
But
almost like people in the park, something's gonna have to happen to make them think that some of the hosts got out.
That's true. Yeah,
and then have them look for them. That. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like. There's going to have to be like a human or a host,
unless
with a
they
glove.
almost find out, and Stubbs is kind of in the little security room. He's like the Samuel L. Jackson trying to get past the thing, and there's like he's putting stuff in there, Jurassic Park reference.
Yeah, I got you.
but he's kind of the guy on the inside blocking Delos from figuring that out, maybe. Because like he says, he's in charge of people inside the park. Maybe he's going to defend them outside.
Maybe.
But I don't
Maybe.
I don't know. And one question I do have for you is, where do you think Dolores sent all the hosts that went into the new world? Because she put them in the thing. She's like, "Oh, I'm sending you to a new coordinates," and they beamed it.
Jamaica.
Why Jamaica?
I don't know. First thing that came to my mind.
No, but like I thought, a satellite in space. But like, how would that do them really any good? And like, how could they not? Like it. I had no idea where they could have hit it. Unless she knew to upload them like to Bernard's house, and then she goes like, boop boop boop. All right, here's Teddy. Here's Akichida. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and because like he had all that shit already built in there. What if they could upload? Like, I don't know.
I honestly never even thought about it.
I didn't either until I rewatched it. And she's like, I'm sending it here, and like you see her typing in like the coordinates. I'm sure you could copy that and see where it is, Google Maps or whatever.
I just pictured all the hosts laying on a beach in Jamaica and drinking like Mai Tais.
Oh, and then season 3's Lost.
Oh my God! Fucking black smoke comes.
But all right, any last questions or anything you want to say about Westworld before we never do a Westworld podcast again for another year?
It's so crazy that it's like we get this into it and then we have to wait fucking forever.
I mean, if people like this, maybe we could just sit here and talk about potential Westworld things for another year.
I don't think I could do that.
No, yeah, I don't either. But you don't have anything else you want to say about it?
No, I don't think so. Like I said, if this was the last season, I'd be all right, cool. That was.
It would be you would just assume they take over, but I'm glad there's gonna be more.
Well, I would assume that they didn't make it because they don't know what the fuck they're doing when they get in the real world. So I'm.
No, I think they got a plan.
I think I am more optimistic for humans than you are.
I think mankind's fucked.
F-U-C-K'd?
Yep, F-U-C-K'd. But all right, so I want to ask you guys, because since this has to be the last theory time of Pleeka for Westworld for a while, unless new information comes out, which I doubt will happen for a little bit. What would you like to see us do with this podcast? Because we can't really do theories with every show. Can't do a Game of Thrones at the moment because we're starting from the beginning. So would you like us to do like conspiracy theories once a week or maybe once a month, something like that? What would you guys like to see with this podcast? Let us know down below. And then also, if you enjoy this, go check out our Game of Thrones podcast. Should be out every Monday. To be a little different than this, Nick kind of runs that show because he's the Game of Thrones head here. And we'll see you guys later with maybe more Theory Time at Pleeka.
Like talking JFK and RFK.
Yeah, and BFK.
Do you know who RFK is?
Randy fucking...
All right, we're done.
Kennedy.
How many times have you tested me?
It's been a long time, Mike.